Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back for Game 3 of the Summit Grand Finals. It's presented by Beyond the Summit, of course, powered by Twitch and 100tv.com supporting us as well. So, joined by some of the Navi guys here, of course, Puppy, Kuroki. It's an honor to cast with you both together.
My pleasure, man.
My pleasure also.
Let's make something magical.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
I'm fucking loud looking at us.
Well, that's creeping on us.
From behind.
Don't. He looks like he wants to kill someone. Who does he want to kill?
Probably you.
Just keep
Probably.
looking at his face.
Yeah.
We're doing it.
You're not making me feel better.
We'll see
You
that.
would not win the staring contest with Ice Ice Ice. No. Okay, guys, it's time for Game 3. Series tied up 1-1. It's a best of 5. Winner walking away with, I believe, just over $45,000 now. So, decent amount of money on the line. Not TI money, but hey, not too shabby either. So, draft underway, and away we go. So, talk to me about what you've seen so far from the first two games, guys. What's your read on the way the series is developing? What's like the storyline for you? Kuro, we can start with you, if you're feeling it.
I don't have too much to say. In the first game, we saw DK play a similar lineup they've already used in this tournament. We've seen Panda Doom together. In the first game, EG went for rather weird draft, I believe, with first picking Prophet and Venomancer. Kinda all inish. And once they got their timings on the Aghanim's Panda, the fight suddenly started turning around, and we saw the usual fighting control of Doom Panda together. One guy gets Doom, the other guy gets Cyclone, and then they shut the whole team down. Well, the second game was kind of chaotic. Well, the first game was already very chaotic too, but the second game started off really weird, and
5 seconds remaining.
We've got Demon creeping in right now as well.
there's not much to say, to be honest.
Yeah, the second game felt like it was just a lot of it was just slight timing and execution, and the game swung hugely on a few key fights.
I believe DK could have won the second game. Like, they already did really nicely coming back into the game. But then they went into this Roshan fight, and one really good arrow hit Ice Ice Ice, and he didn't use BKB in time. And from then, EG could just control the game.
Yeah, and it was just, the Aegis went into their hands right as the fight started. So, Puppy, looking at the draft here, it's a dire Lycan for DK. I think they were the one team at Starladder the most content to give it away. It was always a Radiant Lycan they gave away, but this is now the second game in a row teams are giving away dire Lycan.
Yeah, and last game, kind of Dire had Lycan also.
Remaining.
Yeah.
I guess they have a plan against it, and you can already see Enigma and
Reserve
Void
time.
pretty much. We are here to shut you down completely if we want to.
Yeah.
Even DK had a little plan against Lycan. I guess some position moves from early game, and they came back in the game. They really did.
Yeah, it was their game at that point.
It was their game,
fight.
but it shouldn't have been that, bad for them in the first place. But it went really horrible. But they still came back, but couldn't seal the deal against Dire Lycan, who was taking the Roshan. I guess the Roshan fight was just a miserable status for them.
No, it was not the way they saw it going.
Yeah, but at this game, it's pretty much almost the same heroes that maybe EG had last game for DK this time, but Evil Geniuses are going for another route. No Rubiks, no Leshrax, no Dark CS, no Dooms. It's banned already, so they're going.
They're going for what Hani called the double bubble strat.
And the double bubble, I like that.
The black hole and the chronosphere. So it's like half the screen is just, even more than that, you just can't walk into in a team
Well,
fight.
your Midnight Pulse lasts so long, even if you put the chronosphere, you can just do Midnight Pulse. You don't even need the black hole. It's going to deal a lot of damage.
That's a good point.
It's a huge AoE, and both of them are really big. So
It's
it's a triple bubble, to be honest, in this case.
It covers the whole chronosphere now practically, right?
Practically, yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
It's pretty big.
So Tinker gets removed here for DK, a hero that we saw some teams banning in the first stage against EG and Fnatic, but slightly different heroes being prioritized. The other one that is just this Enigma that EG have really been preferring as of late.
DK both and EG, they enjoy this Enigma. EG constantly banned it against them. Wasn't enough to win them, but we don't know what would have happened if they would have given away Enigma.
What's the plan for the rest of the draft, I wonder? EG's already pretty much secured their team fight. They've got decent push. They've got an early mech builder, the Enigma, potentially. We'll need some hard support here, something to go mid for our TZ. And I'm curious to see what hero it is, with the Tinker now removed.
Well, yeah, we need the pretty much PPD, RTZ, and Mason hero.
Yeah. The Mirana's still out there for Mason, if they want to go that route.
A PPD hero.
They're going to get a lineup that synergizes well with this Chronosphere.
And the black hole as well.
Yeah.
It's huge team fight potential from
Very
EG.
huge.
Even with Tidehunter, that's very scary.
That's like a weird fact. If you place the Death Ward into the Chronosphere, will it not hit?
I don't know. I
It's-
know Rasta Ward's attack in Chrono.
I think it keeps hitting,
No,
but I'm not sure.
it has to, but I think in Dota 1 it shouldn't have. You know,
Okay.
it stops all the movement maybe. But yeah, in this game it probably does.
5 seconds
In this Dota.
remaining.
Even though I don't remember much things about Dota 1 these days.
Yeah, it's starting to
Reserve
feel like a
time.
slightly distant memory.
Yeah. They all, pink heroes. Pink and blue.
The purple strat.
Yeah, the purple strat.
We need Bruno here to
Yeah,
color coordinate the rest of this one.
pretty much no legs. DK not going for the leg strat. No leg strat. That's what he said, right?
Yeah.
Remember?
Yeah, the no leg strat.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Well, this is for DK an understanding if they want to put the Lycan solo mid, Titan to support, Titan to off lane. They have all those choices open for them. Usually they don't put him mid. I always seen it on easy lane burning, but anything can happen.
They did the one game at Starladder where they did the Keeper of the Light like in dual lane in the
Yeah.
off lane. That was Radiant though, and this is a bit different.
They did some crazy stuff at Starladder. Now this is already crazy stuff to see Void and Enigma being picked up. Who saw that coming?
EG really used this Void well, I feel. Like I've been more impressed by their Void than almost any other team.
Yeah, they kind of capitalize on it quite well. They understand the power of it. It's really nice to see
Yeah,
some new ideas.
the team's taking their times here, DK in particular, winding down on the bonus time, but this is probably the most important remaining pick, as it's going to set the tone for the rest of the draft. So, it's a Lion in the end for...
Well, they have favorable support, pretty
Radiant
much.
team pick.
It's something that we've seen, it's most known as MMY's hero, but they did run it on Lanham the other day, so curious to see what they do with this.
Oh, well, Lion is just the hero you get. He's just good. He
Yeah.
has a lot of stuns. He has hex. He has a strong ultimate. He just rounds up your lineup no matter
turn
what.
to pick.
They're still going for the blue strat.
Man, EG is so hardcore on teamfight right now. It's kind of limiting DK's option more and more. Like one reason you can pick Lion is when you don't really know what you want, but you know this hero will do good in the game eventually. You pick up Lion, and it's pretty hard for DK to figure out what exactly they need to do in order to crush EG's lineup. And you
10
see Black Hole,
seconds remaining.
Chronosphere, Death Ward of Witch Doctor, and the cask is also pretty strong in a teamfight situation.
Well, they'll get a Lich, so a bad Chronosphere could be pretty effective here for DK.
Well, Lich probably is a pickup for them to understand that maybe they really have problems against the Enigma using Black Hole. Maybe your Lich
that's
can
true.
disable it. And I guess the Frost Armor is gonna
10 seconds
make at least
remaining.
something happen once the Void kind of Chronosphere is a hero and you can, Frost Armor your
5
Tidehunter or your
seconds
Lycan.
remaining.
So in the process of right now, DK's lineup is pretty much if they
Reserve
get the
time.
jump first on the Void, who deals actually a lot of damage. It's pretty much a carry at this point, but there is the bash damage that he does in Chronosphere, which is really
Yeah.
hardcore. That's pretty much his damage.
The
That's-
double damage
that's
bashes.
the
yeah.
double damage bash is huge, very huge. And even if the 60% anchor smash, which is the big buff that Tidehunter got in the first place, why he's so picked right now these days, still hits.
The bash does the same damage though. It's not affected by that, right?
Yeah, it's not
believe so.
affected.
Okay.
If it would be, then Tide would be a hard counter.
Yeah, that would really hurt the Void. And generally what we see out of this is the off-lane Void for Universe, and if that's the case, then we'll probably see... Well, actually, I'm curious to see if it is RTZ
DK's
taking the
turn
Razor
to
mid.
ban.
Yeah, we don't know, because Witch Doctor Razor, they will eat out anybody that wants to go to the offlane. And it's Tidehunter offlane, as we can see, since Lich to pick up.
That's a very favorable matchup for the Razor.
Yeah, he enjoys to be in
10
positions like that.
seconds
He will
Well,
get the
they
faster
do
mech.
have Lich, so they're probably gonna put Lich and Tide
5
on the offlane
seconds
together,
remaining.
which is really strong actually.
Yeah, if they can get some, it's into the dire side, right? So if they go to the
Reserve
offlane and do this
time.
Lich and maybe stack some Ancients, and Tidehunter can farm it up once he has, some level 3, 4 Kraken Shell.
Yeah, you could just
yeah.
kill a 5-stack of Ancients by yourself.
And Anchor Smash needs to be level
10
4 to do it
seconds
fast enough.
remaining.
So if he can do that, he's gonna have a lot of farm.
And the Lich can be the one stacking for him, come and deny creep, and
Radiant
check the
team
runes as
pick.
well, so that would be a pretty good way to lane it for DK. I guess the one thing that EG could do at that point is push the lane with the Enigma, once he gets, say, level 5 or so.
They still have problems dealing damage though. If Lycan is not dealing the damage, then Who is?
DK's turn to pick.
That's a good question.
who's gonna be right-clicking the Void down? Who's gonna be right-clicking the Fat Enigma down? or Razor in this case. Razor cannot be killed by nukes because every time you nuke him, you're gonna have problems.
EG actually banned Panda, so they're thinking DK will go for a little more team fight of their own.
Yeah, well, Panda is pretty good to disrupt the enemy's teamfight potential, no matter what. It's a decent ban. I think the Windrunner, the Wind Ranger pickup is interesting.
Oh, the
There we
Mushi
go.
OD.
The Mushi OD.
Here comes the hammer.
Yeah. Can Astral people who are Black Hold, can Astral people who are Chronosphere.
He can deal really good with Razor too.
Yeah, even though Razor is pretty much picked up against OD. Like, not necessarily that they knew that the OD was maybe coming, but, you know,
maybe they just put him in
The
now.
only
you now have a Razor.
The only idea of Razor against OD is to lane anyway. When the game goes on and OD gets items, actually, he can deal with Razor really nicely.
Yeah, he can.
Also, natural hex carrier, that'll be a nice bonus against the Wind Ranger later on, just disabling the Wind Run evasion. So it's just a classic Musha hero as well. I'm really curious to see how this works out. He also will have Howl damage, so even though he
Yeah.
might be up against Static Link, he's got the Howl to help him out.
Well, in all honesty, if the OD and Lich go middle right away from
I
the
think they
start,
will. I think they will. Go
yeah,
mid.
because the Razor usually, if the Razor will go middle, it will end up with you know, Razor buys boots level 1 to destroy. Oh, actually, is this a Mason?
Yeah, this is a Mason Razor, it looks
This
like.
is a Mason Razor, so they're
Amazing.
pretty much putting the Windrunner against the OD. So no, nothing of that happening now.
Yeah, Lich is the option to rotate between mid and bottom lane. Let's see what
So
they
you
do.
think start him off mid?
Oh, not necessarily. I mean, it's like what they prefer to do. Since they see Arteezy picked up Windrunner, they expect him to be mid. So that he
So now he
doesn't
maybe
really-
doesn't need the help.
He doesn't
anymore.
really need the help.
Yeah.
And he can
Actually,
only go bottom.
one thing that I see quite smart right now is that Void has a very low mana pool, and if OD goes top with Lion, you're just gonna eat out his mana, and then maybe some mana burn from the Lion and stuff, and the Void cannot go away. So that's a pretty good, you know, you're not gonna last it anymore. You're just gonna stand on the lane and chill, while your Lion is pretty much gonna come at some point when the Astral hits, and they're just gonna hit you down with Howl. So if the Lycan goes mid with Lich and supports the Lycan, even though he maybe doesn't need the support, but a smart laning phase maybe from DK, much more smarter.
OD Lion's the most DK thing you can see. This was one of their main Dota 1
Yeah.
strategies. They've used it all the way till Dota 2 was released, the beta was released, and they kept winning all games with OD Lion. I think they only lost one game, it was to Navi actually. And I can't remember the tournament.
Yeah, we've definitely seen. I think the last game Lanham played, he went for that level 1 mana drain, which has been buffed quite a few times in a row over the past 5-6 patches.
So
So
did you
game,
mean in Dota 1?
Huh?
Did you mean in Dota 1?
Yeah.
I don't think there was no Lion. There was a Shadow Demon.
No, it was Lion.
Shadow Demon Earthshaker.
I think it.
No, it was
maybe.
that they used the Shadow Poison to proc all the time to get the mana. And they harassed
I'm
very
pretty
hard.
sure they always use Lion.
They did use Lion. But it was a Shadow Demon that game. Anyway,
Well,
back to the game.
neither here nor there, I suppose. Game 3 underway now. It is ties 1-1, guys. It's a best of 5, and well, the lanes have begun. It's Lycan mid against the Wind Ranger, so they actually will park the OD safe lane in the end. And hey, this will be very tough for the Void.
Well, Arteezy already got 2 creep kills from a power shot and is pushing the lane pretty hard. And this Lycan will have a hard time, I think, maybe.
So they're prioritizing, I guess, shutting down the Void a bit over shutting down the Wind Ranger. And they also get the early levels in Howl, so that the Lycan can help the other lanes out more.
Lycan will do fine eventually against Windrunner. He's gonna get less, he's gonna get levels, and OD will have total free farm against Void. But for now the game will be very static and slow. We won't see rotation or ganks from either side, I believe.
In the off lane for DK, they just harassing the pull a bit here, trying to leech some experience, and PPD will throw out a cask, but no real opening to go for
Yeah, I think
kills.
DK's offlane is the biggest potential of scoring the
Whoa.
first blood.
That
Wait.
crushed him very hard.
That was really nice power shot by Arteezy.
That's not good. No point in monitoring yet, it looks like, from MMY.
Wow, he actually kills him.
Wow.
Oh, jeez. Well, lane's hard now.
Lane is hard.
Well, that's unexpected. We usually never really see solo kills. From time to time we do, but well,
Especially on Stout Shield heroes, you know.
yeah, especially on Starship Heroes. I like Lycan is like Windrunner has some advantage in the early game in the first levels. He can spam power shot, push the lane, push the Lycan out of the lane, but he shouldn't die.
Arteezy's really doing a nice job here. 13-8 and has the first blood. Stepping up in a pretty crucial game that sets the tone for the rest of the series.
Yeah, this game we can see the true Arteezy, how he can dominate a game. He's totally crushing Burning right now.
He's in too easy mode right now.
Yeah, just 4 last hits. Lich even has to come here.
Lich,
Like
Lich has to rotate mid, so it's a bad sign for DK. Like he has to go mid just because of the mistakes that happen. Otherwise he could have stayed bottom. Do a good job with the Tidehunter.
Well,
Because you can see on...
he's still getting denied.
Yeah,
Really
he's
nice
not
play
getting
from
a single creep kill right now. 4 creep kills for, I don't know, 2 minutes already.
So they're winning mid. They're running a free farm Enigma in the jungle. Looks like none of his camps have been warded. And Universe is, he's not doing amazing top, but he's getting his levels.
He just needs level 6 at some point.
They're not fully keeping him out of the
Arteezy
lane.
might kill him again or something.
Oh boy. And the thing is, all the Lich does is maybe help him get some levels, but it's not like you can threaten the Wind Ranger with these two heroes.
Well, yeah, Enigma is having a really good time, a dream game pretty much. 3rd minute in, already almost level 5 with Soul Ring. It's pretty much all she wants.
No, it's back to the base for MMY and Lanham now. Maybe they'll make a move. They decide they've got to shake things up. They'll smoke,
They have to kill this Wind Ranger.
and they have to slow down Arteezy. That looks to be the plan here.
Yeah, they want to deny the early phase boots on Wind Ranger. When he gets the phase boots, he's gonna crush both heroes, Lich and Lycan easily.
You're not even gonna kill him anymore.
Oh, the smoke gets revealed. Arteezy immediately wind runs south. Oh, he gets blocked.
Wow.
He gets, like, vacuum blocked almost by Burning. But it's
Almost,
still not
almost.
enough.
Well, let's see where the Tidehunter is. No, too far.
That was weird. The like models like fighting each other, and then one
Yeah.
got in front of the other. But smoke gank dodged, and even more time wasted here for DK, and they're already falling pretty far behind. It looks like, just judging from the last hits in the lanes.
Yeah, we can't expect too much in the early game. It's really hard to kill Windrunner mid with Lie and Lich. Generally, Windrunner's hard hero to kill in mid lane.
Especially if you have a mid hero that cannot really
Yeah,
help you.
Lycan won't really
He
provide
can
much.
howl.
He has like really good damage when he gets to hit him, but he has nothing to latch on him. So it's gonna be a very slow game for now. Like everyone is doing their own stuff. EG's like they're having a good time. Enigma's free farming. Windrunner's having a good time.
Oh, they're gonna
Faces
try
well
again. This
fighting.
time they might find Arteezy. They started off with a Hex, they'll impale him immediately, but where's the
just
follow-up?
harassment.
There's so little chance to kill him, no matter what.
The Lich was
Well,
actually there, but wasn't there in time.
There's a little bit of overreaction by Universe TPN. But better be safe than sorry.
Well, he's
They
going
have
for
Black
Burning.
Hole. They
If
have
he gets a
Black Hole.
bash. Malefice comes out, Burning probably going to drop here indeed. He will go down. Arteezy still standing strong, chasing for more kills. He's actually taken I believe an early point in the ultimate. And he's diving Lanham. He'll find the power shot. Another kill for Arteezy. That new Wind Ranger ultimate, and he lives with 31 HP.
Yeah, that was actually a really good rotation. I didn't see Zai coming in. That was really well done by EG. Take even more control. They're totally controlling mid lane for now. But Mushi's having a good time. I think he's gonna go for Midas.
He has to.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
seems like the way the lanes are developing, Mushi has to be huge. Ice just... He is getting his levels, but... And has 16 CS, which is actually not too bad.
Some of it is experience from the woods also.
Yeah. He had the Lich there earlier as well, and
Yeah,
I think he got most of those
when the
earlier
Lich
on.
would have had the chance to stay bottom with Tide, they could have just dominated bottom lane. Because they were already winning the bottom lane with the Lich Tidehunter. But he had to do the rotation to mid lane. So the lane got tougher for Ice.
Everything is connected.
Still gonna be quite static.
Yes,
If pretty much Arteezy would never kill Lycan.
Yeah, TZ has opened up the game so much.
Yeah,
it would have
pretty
been
much.
so good for DK.
Like we would have had a 0-0 score by this minute.
It's not even that it's good for DK or anything, just because it's going EG's way. It doesn't matter. The fact is that the static stuff just stopped. You know, everything started after that kill because it shouldn't happen in the first place, but it happened, and now rotations have to come in.
Uh-oh, Courier's on a
Oh
one-way
my
trip
God.
to the wall.
Oh my God!
Oh, Arteezy's still chasing it. The Courier's gonna stop on the high ground. Goes back down. It barely lives. What a save, but almost disaster. Meanwhile, Ice will pay with his life bottom.
Looking at this career running in.
What was going on there? Not sure. There wasn't even anything on it.
It's like you saw when the Leshrac and Rubik in the last game saw the Tidehunter. Did you see that?
Yeah.
And the Tidehunter didn't have any Ravage. Okay, let's see what this fight does.
Well, Ice comes in. He doesn't actually have his ultimate yet and immediately starts losing a lot of his damage. They're chasing. Nice 2-hero impale by MMY. They'll try to retreat. Cask not going to bounce, but this Razor's hitting hard.
Boots Razor.
Oh, is he going to dive this? It's a bit risky. But EG take another tower, and they're not giving anything up. They're still farming mid. Arteezy's actually... Look at his position. He's like under the tower, past the tower even. And completely zoning out this Lycan. And he'll take the tower as well. And he's going Midas, it looks.
Maybe Maelstrom. He he enjoys that stuff also.
Yeah, that was something also that I believe NAR or Navi.usa also tried to use versus Mouse, it was? Can't remember. And D2CL, I want to say. The Maelstrom, it's like semi-carry Wind Ranger.
Yeah, it works. If you get it early, if you get it like through a kill, first blood.
If you get it at like 10 minutes.
2 towers down, yeah, you can really wreak havoc.
Well, we'll see. The Courier's rotating top, and Mushi is pretty much free farming. 47 CS. He's on the leaderboard. He's at the top of the leaderboard, I should say, right now. But Artor's looking to change that up. He rotates in. The Wolves trying to get the last hit on the tower, but the Wolves try to secure this deny, and indeed, it's actually Universe who gets it. Well, that's just even more frustration for DK.
Yeah, things are going the way of EG. The early mid tower kill is something DK really didn't want. It was all opened up by Arteezy. And DK, they want to try to do something in order to get back into the game right now.
It's going to make it a lot harder for them to roach later on.
Like you see that they're smoking like Tidehunter in order. Yeah, this is a bait.
Here comes the Lion. The turnaround's there. The Ravage will fly. PPD is eviscerated. And the Chain Frost starts bouncing. It's bouncing nicely as well. Back to Mason. Will it go one more time? It doesn't look like it. Do they still chase? No, he's got too much damage.
Yeah, they needed one more lucky bounce, but it didn't happen. But it's still okay for DK. They only killed the Witch Doctor. They had to use 2 ultimates. Not really what they wanted, but it's something to start with at least.
And Arteezy's still not leaving mid. He's just parked under the tier 2 now.
Well, you know, he sees Ravage was wasted, bottom lane.
He sees the Lion there. He's not level 6.
Chronosphere is just behind him also if anything happens, a rotation from OD.
Now it's EG's turn. I think they're gonna smoke up now with 3 heroes in the woods very soon.
Is there any dire vision of that? Doesn't look like it. They do if they want Hill Ward, but they smoke well out of vision of it, and now Arteezy looks like DK setting up to punish him if he gets aggressive again, but in fact he's got backup this time. Chrono's ready.
And they're also gonna have Black Hole very soon.
And Mushi's very low, and that's a level 3 time walk. Almost could jump him now. Are they gonna go?
No, they're gonna wait till the creeps touch the tower and then take it easy from there. If DK dares to go in, they will be ready to fight. Arteezy will just play very, very cockily, and there's not really much DK can do because they're aware of that. So you see their positioning. They're in the there's minute 10 and they're forced to stay in the base, and the second tower in dire mid lane is already getting pressed on.
And there's no trade. They're not taking Roche. They're not taking towers. They're just sitting in the base.
And they're losing actually the tier 2 tower, which is a little bit disastrous for DK at this point.
This Dire team may have worse Roche access soon than the Radiant at the rate this game's going.
Yeah, the way this game's going is pretty tough. Like you see, Lycan got so shut down. It's really hard for him to do anything useful right now.
Well, DK, they took game 1. They looked really solid in game 2, but they might lose a Courier now. Chrono's gonna fly out. That'll be on Burning as their follow-up for this. He's attacking very slowly, and does get off the ultimate. Look at it go, indeed. Didn't go very far, though.
Well, when Lycan doesn't have ultimate, he's not going to be part of the fight.
Yeah, it was a nice try by Universe, but they can just take it easy. They'll just go push top, and even though they don't have Chronosphere, I think they will not fear that DK will...
Some teleports going on bottom.
Are they going to look to dive Mason here? This is pretty dangerous. His positioning tucked beneath the trees and now working on MMY. They're going to shackle him, bring him down quickly. Ice going to be next. The power shot off the mark, but it won't matter, it feels. Does go in with the anchor smash. He had Ravage, but didn't want to waste it. They lose 2. They get nothing. Still no trades. Maybe now they can take the tier 1 mid. Is there a glyph? Is there a TP? Not sure.
There's no glyph.
Well,
they all did teleports, so I guess this tower will fall.
Considering, I guess it's not the worst outcome for DK. Well, they don't actually finish the tower, though.
I think it's deniable. I didn't see that. Well, no, it
Just
isn't.
out of deny range.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, this is so fortunate for EG. The original plan was to simply push top tower, then one fight open up on bottom lane. They TP'd there very nicely. They got a kill, they got 2 kills. They still got the top tower just with the void and the Eidolons, and they saved the mid tower as well.
They will drop an Astral here. Mushi has his ultimate. Is he going to try and make a play? They need something. This would be a huge kill in RTZ. He drops the hammer. He brings him down. Wham bam.
Wham bam.
When 2 solo mid players try to get the same rune, this kind of stuff happens sometimes.
They needed that real bad. And Mushi is actually the highest level here in the game with the Midas.
That's what Midas gives you.
Can Mushi turn this game around?
Well, this game will continue pretty much on the same pace. It's a very normal grand final game where 2 teams have their ideas. One idea got denied for now, but they're just taking it very slow. There's no reason for either team to push it to anything. Only DK has like a little bit. They have to try to do something, but EG can just chill. They know they have very strong team fight. This Enigma's farming up so much. He's very high on net worth as well. He's getting big items. You see there's Maelstrom on RTZ. He's gonna act as semi-carry in this game as well.
And if anything, you always have a void.
I always have a void.
Yeah,
Enigma
void.
will soon get his pipe at some point. They're gonna have the Witch Doctor heal up. Maybe he's even gonna get Aghanims if he gets some fortunate team fights. But for now he's just hard supporting, since Enigma has all the freedom to buy all items he wants to.
So what do we think for RTZ here? Is this going to be a BKB next?
I guess
Ags
so.
maybe?
Ah,
Yes,
BKB is quite
BKB,
good.
and it's not a usual choice, to be honest. We don't see BKB on Windrunner often. I think I've barely ever seen it, to be honest.
I
But
think given this lineup though, it actually makes a lot of sense.
it makes, of course, it makes a lot of sense. I think it's a good choice. It's a very interesting choice.
Like you have Chronosphere and Black Hole. If they hit a good one, he can just plink away from the outside, and there's nothing the DK can do about it. They can't Astral him, they can't Ravage him, they can't Hex or Impale him, so he's just going to get a full duration focus fire off.
OD can't even hit him. With
Yeah, that's true.
the orb attack. So the big DPS that comes from OD, because I don't think Lycan would be ever close enough to hit him.
He's so, it's very hard to imagine Bernie getting to right-click heroes. There's just some of these are very elusive, like Void and Wind Ranger, and just, their lockdown takes up half the screen between Chronosphere and Black Hole. Maybe if those spells are on cooldown, perhaps he finds the opening.
Yeah, well, right now they're just gambling on Mushi to be the true damage dealer in the fights. They're trying to get good items on Mushi. Try to get one good Ravage up, one good Impale. This is their biggest hope for now.
And we have seen that in the past for MMY, these 4-hero Impales that just turn games, so
Yeah,
not out of
it's
the question.
plays. You have to get the plays. But you know, when you look at Lycan right now, who has been shut down and nothing in his woods is kind of making him stop farming it, he's gonna kind of speed farm from now on.
He's actually he's managed to pull ahead here of even the Wind Ranger in terms of CS. Some of them jungle creeps, yes, not worth as much, but nonetheless, he's catching up.
Yeah, if you leave him 3 minutes alone, he's gonna have some, maybe already half the Necro Book. If you leave a little bit more, he's gonna have pretty much a Necro Book, which is gonna help him a lot. Even one level 1 Necro Book is gonna help a lot, because they don't have the damage to deal with it. Even though they do, but they just don't want to waste it on some Necro Book.
Well, DK will smoke up 4 heroes from the Ancients, heading towards mid. Will they find an opening? Maybe they try and sneak a Roche, but already there's pings coming out. Or those dire pings? I couldn't really tell.
Probably dire.
Yeah, EG isn't
They're not
too
keen.
aware of that. It's very hard to stop the Lycan Dire Roshan, because it falls so fast. You don't know if he's farming, if he's Roshan, if he's farming Ancients.
And this is with the DK having lost both towers mid and their tier 1 bottom, and they still can go Roche. Well, that's the comeback mechanic here. DK, this will be a big shot in the arm for their gold and get some levels up. Mushi will work towards that next item, probably the Hex. Maybe a BKB? We'll see, but anyway, he's got gold now.
I think he'll go for Hex. The BKB doesn't give too much here.
Actually, yeah, there's a Void and a Enigma.
Look at that Midnight Pulse.
It's
screen.
huge. That is the size of a Chronosphere, practically.
It is.
If not bigger.
I think it's a little bit bigger here.
Well, BKB is coming soon for Artesian. That's going to be a nice combat item for him, but so far EG have been pretty content with their lead. We haven't seen them try and force the issue too much. They took a couple towers and Since then, they've been just farming mostly. Well, will DK force the issue now with the Aegis? Group up bottom lane. Ice will blink in and start farming some creeps, but EG want none of this. They're gonna just farm the other lanes, farm the Ancients. They are getting a lot off the map here. No, they're not really contesting.
Well, in this game, there's in all honesty not much to say. Both teams keep farming and farming and farming. Score is 6-2, nearly 20 minutes into the game. And all these 6-2 can be all attributed to Arteezy's movements from the very first minute. He opened up. You could have even had a score of 0-0 at this time, to be honest. Might have been the case. They're just gonna keep farming. EG is their idea. They know Enigma is gonna get stronger for us. Void is potential late game carry. Razor's gonna get stronger. This Windrunner is also acting as a carry. While DK is, they have no choices to make. They can't really push towers because there's gonna be 2 huge ultimates, which we haven't really seen yet in use. Or we haven't really seen any team fight yet because DK knows they can't take any team fight.
Yeah.
So they also just continue farming. And EG, they can't really chase after them because if they like try to gank someone in their woods, they're already on the other side of the map killing the bottom tower, which they also don't want to happen. EG wants to keep their towers as much as possible. And we see these smoke attempts, but EG is always moving accordingly to them. They're just on the other side of the map. Like right now, they just smoke mid. Maybe try to snipe the tower. Check the Ancients.
They're just a few seconds
I
too
think the
late.
tower on mid lane is pretty low. Yeah, it's very low.
Right, I'm just going to move forward here. Does deploy an Observer Ward near the Ancients. They have found PPD, but the cast bounces beautifully between two. Is their follow-up? No.
Did he have a gem?
He just bought one, but I don't know if he was carrying it.
We gotta find that.
No, it was Zai.
It was on Zai.
That's pretty fortunate for EG that he wasn't.
Yeah, this was the best thing for DK to happen. They didn't really team fight, still got the tower in mid. It was pretty low, to be fair, so it was kind of easy pick-up, especially considering that they have a Lycan and they got one hero kill. A little bit of mismovement by PPD going there.
One thing we haven't really discussed is just the synergy with Chronosphere and Black Hole this game. The Razor and Void are, Razor and Windranger are actually 2 very nice heroes to have for that combo. Razor's ult will just be going off the entire time, even if he's in the Chrono, and stealing damage through it as well. Plus, Windranger's a long-range attack hero, so she can just chip away at them from distance. It's a really nice combo.
The potential is very good, no matter what. That's why he's getting items to deal DPS.
Yeah, more of a carry build. It really makes sense this game.
Well, I guess they're waiting out right now the Aegis, and then maybe they're gonna push, because it's pretty obvious. All tier 1 towers are falling. That means there are a lot of other moves they can do with smokes this time, because all the other ones were pretty much to get at Roshan, get a tower, get some wall placed. But now it's pretty much time to maybe do something else.
Well, PPD will deny the tower. That's the second denied tower for EG. So DK really, the income struggling a bit off of that, but all things considered, they're still doing okay. It's going to be Mushi as the key damage dealer, though.
He's getting very close to his X.
We've definitely seen those Mushi games in the past where he just takes over as OD and deals like 80%, 90% of the damage in the team fights.
Yeah, Enigma is BKB now. He chose not to go for pipe. He goes for BKB, and it just makes the teamfight situation much easier for him, given that there's the Ravage. I mean, Lich ulti can still abort it if he plays it correctly, but it's pretty hard at times. I see smoke. Maybe EG wants to initiate now. They got the 2 BKBs up now.
Meanwhile, Tide might reveal this. He's in Viz and coming from behind.
Yeah, but they have a
he's
gem.
gonna reveal the Witch Doctor.
Okay, reveal the Witch Doctor.
Does he know the rest are here?
I guess they're thinking maybe that they're behind them. Yeah.
EG looks like they won't find an opening here.
It's classic Ice move, the king of smoke reveal.
He's always there. MMY might be the one who gets caught though, and he's very close to a Blink Dagger.
No, MMY!
It's gonna be so sad.
The refraction!
No!
Oh, he's gonna get it!
I think he's got the gold now.
Oh, he's gonna go away. Wow, that was
Living life on the edge.
the edgiest moment that happened
That's
in 8 minutes or 10 minutes.
Yeah, it's the edgiest moment since the first 3 minutes of the laning stage. It does feel that way.
But I feel like there's gonna be a team fight soon. EG is probably feeling quite confident now. Aegis should fall soon, I believe.
Yep, 30 seconds.
And yeah, they have the BKBs up. I think Razor, no, he doesn't have Aghanim's yet. He's very close to it though. He's probably gonna get it during the push.
Their team fight is really shaping up though. It's gonna be very difficult for DK unless they get the jump. That's got to be how it starts.
Oh, there we go. Windrunner finds Mushi.
Well, the Shackle actually not going to connect. The Chronosphere barely catches Mushi on the periphery. And wow, perhaps the Mask of Madness, but MMY is coming here in reserve. Mushi, Astral quick TP out, canceled by a Malefice, and no, there's nowhere for Mushi to go now, but back to the well.
Yeah, Mushi realized that EG wanted to push top, but EG reacted very quickly. They just decided to drop the push off and like, let's better kill the OD instead. I think it was a good choice. And at the same time, Mushi actually did the same choice. What is more worth it? Is it better to lose your top tower? Is it better to lose your top tower, or is it like better?
Oh no! Oh no! This is not a good way for Ice to die. He's trapped on the cliff with a death ward pounding away at him.
Freaking Ice, man. Every day, man, he makes me laugh.
Fast times at Ice high.
Maybe he's also bored by the game.
Oh well, I guess the next Roshan's up quite soon, but we don't know yet. We don't know the timing.
Yeah.
Well, EG still 3 heroes at the top of the net worth chart on their side, and the Void's actually not that far behind. So in terms of overall item distribution, their farm distribution is excellent.
Current gold. Wow, that's a lot of money.
The building hasn't decided yet what item to go for.
What do you think's the best choice here? The Necrobook's been like the most common Lycan pickup, but is this a good game for it?
It's hard to say, to be honest. What's the best choice?
I think it's pretty okay because they don't have anything to realistically deal with it, even though they have a big KB Windrunner. And I think if Razor loses a lot of HP from Necrobook, it's pretty hard. Plus the Necrobook deals a lot of damage.
It's
Maybe they're wondering if Lycan gets a Cuirass, then a Lich Armor is going to put him up, and they have so much DPS that won't matter.
I think Burning is contemplating the choice of going ultra late game right now, because DK already knows if they want to win this game, it's gonna go late into the game.
Well, hard.
Well, this is going to make it a lot
No,
easier for him to live through the Chrono and Black Hole.
Yeah, he already is preparing for the game to drag like this. Usually you get Necro and you expect to like kill all 6 towers very quickly, even enter the base quickly, but Burning understands this is a different kind of game.
Well, grab yourselves a coffee, a soda, guys, or even a Red Bull. We're going to be here for a while, potentially. But when we do get the team
it might only take one team fight
That's
for
true.
the game. Like when game goes like this, it might only take one team fight.
Well, and whenever there's a Lycan in the game, if his team wins a fight, it's over very quickly. They will find Burning out with the Chronosphere. Mason just lashing him. The Chain Frost will come. It's going to bounce nicely, but is it enough? They actually lose one. They might lose 2. Those
heroes
bounces
dead.
from Lanham. Brilliant.
Is under attack.
Do they get more?
Dude, they're looking at every hero. 3 heroes right now. They can all die to Ravage right now.
Oh, and Ice he smells it. He can taste it. The Impale comes out, but it's dodged by Zai. Nice BKB. Ravage will fly. It doesn't catch
Close.
RTZ, but
Very
it does
close.
isolate the Witch
They
Doctor.
might still go for Enigma. No.
Oh my. What a Chain Frost by
What a
Lanham.
Chain Frost.
Bottom tower
That's
is under
a
attack.
very good play by the DK support. You already see that I'm not sure if Burning had a finish hard, but this hard build up pretty
No.
much made this team fight
Radiant's
happen.
bottom
Yeah.
tower has
He wouldn't have had it. He would have probably
He would have died, and
Yeah, even
EG
with the
would've-
Necrobook, it gives you some strength, but not enough. for
No,
that.
not
Not
enough.
enough. Not enough. This is at least
Is that Roche now?
750 HP.
Has Roche respawned yet?
and
in 42
now the
seconds.
game is very open again. Now DK has much more chances to play aggressive. They understand now that they can take these team fights.
And you can see they've really caught up. It was like a 6k gold lead, but I think more importantly is just the map control now. EG
Yeah.
lacking any towers in the safe lane.
The map is open now for both teams. It was open for EG mostly, and DK already had to maneuver around EG and try to find farm everywhere. And now they can feel more confident.
I like how
You see that Lion already bought a smoke. He's maybe already preparing for the next smoking. They're just gonna wait for the Ravage cooldown.
I like how Ice goes Perseverance right away. Nothing else. You already understand that we need a refresher right
Yeah, it's
now.
just a total team fight. Total team fight situation.
We already have a mech. We don't need anything else. Oh, there we go. Roshan from EG.
Well, EG are going to go for it. Ravage, how much longer does it have to cool down? Not sure if it will even be up. No, a minute. Oh, this is unfortunate for DK.
Oh, DK doesn't expect it. I gotta say that in this tournament I've noticed that EG has really brilliant timings on Roshan. They always find ways to make Roshan where teams don't expect it. It's not the first time we see it in this game. They have really good Roshan timings.
Now Shackle, that's going to
Check.
connect on Ice.
Buy items.
Malefice?
Pressure recipe.
Okay, he gets it in time. But he will fall. Well, when he respawns, he will have the Ravage. But do EG try and force the issue mid right now?
Yeah, they're gonna like force some reaction of DK.
There's no buyback because he bought that recipe.
Eye of the Storm will hit the tower quite hard, so they need to do something.
Can they defend this in time? No Tidehunter for 30 seconds. They'll pop the Glyph. New wave will come. It's gonna be close. I want to say like the tier 3 will go down here for sure. And oh, maybe not with the Frost Armor.
Yeah, the Frost Armor is doing a little bit amount of work, which is enough to stall it. The amount of time to not lose the range record or something like that.
Yeah. But the tower might...
Tower will fall. Tower will fall no matter what.
Razor rank in the center.
But I think a range Rex would have fallen, if not for the Frost Armor.
Yeah, it's probably close to max if it's not already. That was a very impressive amount of damage reduction.
But yeah, you know.
I thought that DK might actually initiate and save the tower, but they were too afraid of the two big ultimates.
And they were lacking the Tide, didn't have buyback.
Like he had like 6 seconds to revive. They could have Lycan could have already like
Could have
if
jumped right as he was about to
if
respawn.
Lycan starts moving in, EG has to like back off a little bit. But Lycan doesn't necessarily have to like continue chasing, just to scare him off. But DK chose to not take this risk.
And DK's itching for a fight, Aegis or not. They're gonna go for it. Smoked up in the jungle. Do they find anyone from EG here? Nice movement back. They sense something is suspicious and
No, nobody's pushing lanes. And Razor can just chill with his Aegis.
What's
anyway.
interesting is I just saw that the Lion didn't skill the Hex up.
he
think-
maxed the monitor.
I mean, we see the max monitoring all the time basically, but I think in this kind of game you might just go for the Hex.
Yeah, I guess the level 1 with the Hex is so nice nowadays that you don't really need to max
it's a usual skill build pretty much. You get
Right.
Tranquil Boots and 1 level Hex, but in these kind of games you can consider just getting Hex up.
The cooldown, the duration doesn't change that much, but the cooldown changes a lot. It's from, what, 30
Yeah,
to
the
12, I
cooldown
think
is
it
like, it's huge change in cooldown.
yeah, 30 to
That's
12.
the point. It's like you can use it twice in one team fight.
Well, EG, just hanging out near the Ancients. DK grouped up bottom. There's your BKB on the Razors. Now he's got Ags, BKB, and...
Wind on the bottom. Wind on the bottom.
Are they going to go on RTZ?
Yes, they
Oh
are.
God, he's got a Blink Dagger, but Mushi's quicker with the Hex. Ravage is thrown out. They'll finger him as well. That's some hate for
He
RTZ.
buys back. They're gonna go middle straight. This Ravage. They're gonna have to think something out now.
Can they just Rax it right now? Can DK do anything about this?
3 BKBs, a Razor with Aegis. 3
3
BKBs.
It was a very costly Ravage.
Very costly.
Should they have just tried to go for that without the Ravage, you think?
I think they still had Astral and they could have maybe done some weird move, but now they're gonna have to get some crazy fight up.
Here comes the Electric Storm for Mason. He stole quite a bit of damage here. He's in the front lines, banging away on the racks with the Eidolons. There's actually no Frost Armor on the buildings right now. There's one on the range racks, but it's already too late. In comes the Wolf. He's trying to force out an engagement.
Dead.
The Death Ward just destroys him. And now they'll get more. They'll look for Lanham. He does get Astral.
Astral.
Nice play by Mushi, but still the racks in jeopardy. Gonna go down here, and EG, just really decisive play from them. Every time Ravage has been down, they
Black
made
hole.
something big happen, and then a black hole! Caught 3! Ice just walking around helplessly, can't do anything about Chain Frost. We'll find this is the only way I see them turning this fight. If it keeps on bouncing just enough, it's just...
They're healing up too fast.
Oh, that Witch Doctor heal just wasn't there for them.
And we saw the strength of the Midnight Pulse. Lycan was staying in the Midnight Pulse, he just kept losing so much HP. He just went down. That was very good decision by EG. Instant buyback, go mid right away. Take the Rex and even kill some heroes. Use their cooldowns finally. It was very nice for EG.
Yeah, took them a while, but they found the right opening for them.
They just put DK very back down to their place.
Got the racks, made 2 carries buy back. Pretty much a solid no-no on stagnation.
No, they can
Just
just EG
yes,
can
yes.
just play the game out. They can just keep farming a little bit, get their final cooldowns back. I think there's still some towers alive, which they might go for sooner or later. And DK just lost so much momentum with the buybacks. They
Yeah,
lost
there's-
all the potential items they needed.
There's a tier 2 top, there's one bottom, and they'll want to open these up anyway before they go for that second lane of rack, so maybe they just wait for Mason's next time. I guess he's not very close to anything.
He's got a BKB now.
Yeah. If it goes later, there's still room to grow here. He can pick up the refresher, just get some more tank items, but he already is very difficult for DK to deal with if he gets off BKB.
Well, there's 4 BKBs now. Only hero that doesn't have the BKB is PPD.
Well, this is an important item.
And this is very important. But I'm like wondering if during the first Ravage will anything be done? Because if they pop all their BKBs during the Ravage, what are you gonna do? You're just pretty much trying to do this passive aggressive move, constantly making it.
Bottom lane, there's a leap in, and they're gonna go. They will find. Well, they'll find MMY, and down he goes.
Yeah, EG is ready for these ganks for now. They know if they stick together, there's little chance of DK's ganking that it works. And the thing is, when EG pushes, like there's a reason why they favor Enigma right now so much, and the power of the push goes through this Enigma. It's not necessarily the black hole, but it's just simply the midnight pulse. When it gets put there, DK can't really go in. Like we just saw how much damage Lycan took. And they're just gonna do the same.
It's so bad for Lycan.
It's really hard for Lycan to deal with it. And it goes through BKB as well, so there's like nothing you can do about it.
EG keep on pushing, 4 heroes. Hitting the tier 2, and at this point DK not wanting to take a fight outside their base. They're just gonna wait there.
I'm wondering if EG actually wants to continue or take it more easy.
They used the ultimate of Ice Storm.
Yeah.
Just the tower.
Because I feel like they could actually go into the base. I mean, it's a risk. Like, if DK potentially wins the team fight, it might be hard for EG to do anything. But I think they might be strong enough. Like, they've all their key BKBs up. There's, like, the Lich Lion, they have nothing against BKB. Then OD, the main damage hitter, also gets owned by BKB. So it's only the Lycan who can deal with it. But at the same time, they have Black Hole, Chronosphere, they have Midnight Pulse, the Razor ulti. All of these ultis deal with Lycan very easily.
And the other thing is, this Kraken Shell does not help you against Black Hole or Chronosphere.
Not at all. And
so
but this is a grand final game, and in grand final games, you always see the teams take it very slow.
Yeah, that's where you see a lot of the Chinese teams will go for an anti-mage pick, even where they normally wouldn't. Just play very safe and defensive.
Or it's like there's either you see the hardcore carries coming back, or you see super clash style, which is Tidehunter, Enigma, Faceless Void. Like the feeling of having superior team fight is so important for any team in the grand final.
Well, it's game 3. It is tied up 1-1, so even if they win this one, EG still got to take one more, and DK will have their shot to turn things around. But you can see it's a packed house over at 66 Sports Bar, or Sports Lounge, I believe it is, where the viewing party's going on. So huge shout out to everyone there for supporting the event, and hopefully having.
They can hear us the whole time.
I think they can. Hi guys, hope you're having
What's
fun.
up, people?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's up?
This game needs some "What's up, people."
Well, hopefully EG or DK will deliver that for us soon.
Well, let's see.
It's
It's
coming.
kind of crazy when you watch these kind of games, and all you see is that this whole game was decided by Arteezy's first blood. Everything is just connected to what Arteezy did in the very first minute.
Like, you imagine this game if that didn't happen, and it
It's like
seems like it would be a
a-
totally different game.
Which
Totally
could have been much more decided by Roshans for DK, and then they start taking towers, and then they have Aegis and stuff like this. Instead, Lycan got so much denied, and Lich had to rotate. And Lich, Tidehunter, they are much stronger than Razor Witch Doctor, actually. And Enigma was just farming. So Tide started losing his lane because Lich had to go mid. Then they had desperate attempt of trying to kill Windrunner because they know you have to do it. But it didn't really work out. Like, all that stuff happened. And it's like one move, and this is what Dota is sometimes. It's like one move. And the whole game builds up on that single move.
Blake Dagger from Lanham.
Yeah. That'll be very nice because now I think that when the Chronosphere is gonna hit the Lycan, maybe he can astral that guy, and not like little Lich or who's gonna get jumped upon, because they know that they need to use this black hole with the Lich being, taken out of the fight.
Eliminated.
Eliminated in this case. Eliminated.
Void is also starting to get more items. Might get this Aghanim soon.
Yeah, he's got the BKB now, so...
They're
well,
buying-
he's had it for a while, but just another hero that...
They're buying a lot of Aghanims.
Yes.
They can all buy Aghanims,
Wintron
actually.
Aghanims is
Witch Doctor will at some point do it probably too.
Do we see the Enigma Aghanims eventually?
Yeah, we
It's
might.
actually very scary.
Yeah, it is scary, but I think the midnight pulse itself is so big that
It's enough.
it's like if your black hole would be, you know, as big as the midnight pulse, then I would understand.
That would be so broken.
That would be pretty cool.
Well, you would certainly like that.
No, I would just ban it every game. First
Well.
pick Enigma, man. Black hole the whole universe. Pretty much how it works, to be honest, in life.
Well, the Wolves are scouting. They see EG moving around at the very least, but DK, a lot of their hopes, in fact, almost all of them, resting on this OD at this point. He's got a Shivas.
Yes,
Maybe we see the refresher coming next.
Gotta give it to Mushi as well at this point, that he's actually out farming all of EG heroes. I mean, he does have the Midas, but it's still a very tough game.
And it's OD. It's not the fastest farmer either.
Yeah, but Mushi's with OD, he's like the best farming OD I've ever played against.
He's the old school OD, Dota 1 OD.
Yeah, he's like one of the original.
Diamantes and all
He's
that
the
stuff.
OG.
The Malaysians were
He's
the original
oh,
Obsidian Destroyer players, now Outworld Devourer.
Yes.
They
Represent.
were originally playing this hero. And Mushi was one of the most old school OD players we have. So he understands the hero very, very, very good.
He's got a special relationship. Maybe not anymore with the name change. But we will see EG just farming Ancients now, playing it very safe and defensive while the Aegis is up, and not looking to force fights with DK. They're leading by a single lane of Rax, but DK still
I think
holding on.
Tide has this refresher.
Yeah, he
long
got it a
time
while
ago.
ago.
And there was another item he picked up. Was it Ghost Scepter? I'm not sure. Oh, Razor got refresher.
It's a game of Aghanim's and Refresher, it seems. Yeah, what does the Tide Hunter have?
Yeah, he went for a Ghost Scepter.
Okay.
It's pretty plain and simple against Razor
Yeah.
and Void.
I mean, there's no real magic damage from EG except the Mjolnir, the Plasma Field, that's about it. So this is actually
Yeah, even the
zero.
Witch Doctor ult is physical as well.
Yeah.
Everything's pretty much physical. Everything's physical, man. Can't take this anymore, man.
Well, they have Scout Out Universe. This could be the opening. They lead it off with a Hex. Are they going to follow up?
Also Mass of Madness on it.
The fingers there. The Ravage will
saw
fly. It
PPD.
finds PPD. He was trying to save him. He goes down as well. And now he refreshes immediately.
Yeah,
They've got
smart.
another Ravage.
Smart plan to do it right away.
It's about this. It's just a little bit longer than the actual Ravage cooldown, I believe. So use it right away. You'll have both back by the time the regular Ravage
It's
will
always
be
the
on.
best choice you can make
Pretty
when
much.
you use Ravage like this.
I've always seen him even do it on Doom. When he uses the Doom and kills some guy. Just, you know, refresh. Doesn't matter.
Just get the refresher cooldown going right away.
Just get it going. You have a Doom right now. Everybody's scared of you anyway.
Radiant's
Oh,
middle
EG.
tower
They've
is
lost
under
2 here. Are they going to try and defend? Just the Wolves nibbling. And I think they're worried about some buybacks and counter initiation, so they'll play it safe. Maybe farm the Ancients on the way out. Looks like that is what's going on. No, let's just chilling.
They have the Roshan up soon, right? Or something like that.
Oh, they have the Aegis.
Oh, they
How
have
long
the
is it?
Oh, yeah.
How
I
long is
feel
it
like
for?
the more the game drags on, the chances are opening up for DK. This OD might be very scary to deal
The
with. at some
Lycan's
point.
actually... He's getting to the point where I don't know if they can even kill him in a Chronosphere. And a Black Hole, potentially.
The Lycan kill will be connected to either the Midnight Pulse or some Witch Doctor Ward hitting him constantly.
Pretty much.
Yeah. But that is a lot of damage he's soaking up that the OD is not taking.
It's like we see RTZ's item build, he went Aghanim's playing BKB and kept his Maelstrom, so he didn't really push his damage more. And it might be, like, we see EG is actually pushing now. I think they start to notice that DK is getting very strong. Nope, they just go back to farm.
They get Shivas on the Enigma. I mean, there's still room to grow here for both
Yeah, they're
teams.
getting huge. I mean, Enigma is gonna probably get his refresher at some point if he doesn't go for Hex. Razor already got his refresher, so he has the potential double BKB and double ultimate, which is very strong.
We're getting to that point where buybacks are extremely important.
I'm not sure when Roshan respawns.
It's gonna respawn and maybe, you know, whatever the 8-minute mark plus
2
3.
to 5 minutes.
Because it seems like they're preparing already for that area, and they're pushing bottom lane out. But you see they're very indecisive whether they really want to push in
The
or not.
tower is getting destroyed at top by creeps. Tidehunter can push that lane once again, so the tier 3 tower is gonna get hit.
And at the same time, the refresher's soon up again as well.
Radiant's top tower
For
has
Titan.
fallen.
Yeah, so EG's, they're sitting there, still figuring out what to do. This is, they feel the best thing they have to do, but at the same time, they understand. If they don't go now, They have to go back to the top lane.
And then they probably lose the next Roche if they don't force the issue soon. Razor will pop his ultimate. He hasn't actually used the refresh right now, nor the BKB, and he gets caught out.
Wow.
Instantly blown up. The hammers drop. Universe's Chrono just
Universe is so low HP.
Second late. Now the black hole it'll connect onto, but Universe
Nice
just gets
ulti by LAN.
destroyed. The Chain Frost keeps on going. It's another Ravage. That one's for Arteezy. It's gonna be 4 dead.
Witch Doctor.
It's probably 5. PPD. His last breaths on DK holds strong on the high ground. If the Chronosphere was a half-second faster, it's a completely different fight.
This is what we fear, that the DK heroes, they keep getting stronger, and EG, I feel they went for weird items. I mean, Windrunner goes Dagger, Aghanim's BKB, and Mace. Well, what is Windrunner gonna do at this point? He's not gonna deal any serious damage. This is their core solo mid hero. And that's why DK went for more traditional kind of style items.
And winning a fight like that, they'll just go straight down the middle lane, push all the lanes out, take the tier 2, and
Yeah, this is the best feeling DK has. 42 minutes into the game, for the first time they feel superior now to EG.
and the timing is such that they'll take the tier 2 right before the Roche
And
is available to respawn.
So really good coordination in this team, but what happened is Universe jumped in. He didn't press his BKB before he jumped in, so OD ulti hit him actually. He lost like
All of his
nearly
HP.
more than
No,
half
more,
his
more.
HP.
There's like
Then
20% HP left.
Lamb was positioning himself, waiting for the Black Hole. When Black Hole was cast, he daggered down to the left side and Chain Frost immediately. So Black Hole got aborted. The Chronosphere was useless itself. Universe started hitting the OD, but OD is, I think at this point of the game, has at least 30 armor, and his Faceless Void doesn't really have any damage items. So it was a very favorable position for DK. And at the same time, the refresher just got up, I believe, like maybe 10 seconds ago. Something like that.
I see really little things. If they would have had like some Lincoln Sphere on Enigma on himself is okay, but you know, if you just have some Lincoln Spheres and put him on Razor, what are they gonna do? Hex him? Okay, they can beat it up with, let's say, an Astral.
No, the thing is they have mana drain from Lions. Very easy way to
If
profit.
Lion has to ever be in that front shape, the second he uses that mana drain means that he's gonna be, you know, he's gonna get hit by the Razor passive.
Well,
That means
it's
Void can
only
jump
true
in.
if they jump on the line right away afterwards. But EG already is playing very scared the whole game.
Go.
It's gonna be the double ultimate. Ice is jumping in right away. Ghost Scepter is cast, and now in comes the Enigma as well. Chronosphere was used on the backside. It's caught too. Mushi on the boundaries of it. He's self-astrals. He has bought a refresher. Yeah, I think he still has buyback. The Witch Doctor ult zoning out the Lycan. He's low. They'll buy back down the line, and they've held the Ravages. Well, cooling down very soon. Zai will fall, and in the end, it looked like a fantastic fight, but they'll lose 2 heroes. And that's a 100-second death. No buyback for 4 minutes. EG are in all kinds of trouble now.
Yeah, this is definitely Roshan for them. And the 2 buybacks were just on 2 supports. Next time they could just give their core heroes away and buy back with them. So, yeah.
Do they just 5-man mid now, knowing that the Wind Ranger
They have to
doesn't
try
have
because
buyback?
they have double Ravage now,
Yeah,
right?
the thing is they won the fight without the Ravage. And
Yeah.
EG knew they didn't have Ravage, so this was their best gamble for the game. EG was already...
And the repression on OD
Like,
is
EG was scared enough. They knew if we wait for this double Ravage to be up again, we will lose. I mean, they lost the teamfight 5-0 very clear, and they knew it's gonna happen again. Took the best chance. I think this was, I believe, it was one of the last chances they had.
Well, here comes the death ball, burning in the front lines, beating away on the tower, and it's gonna drop pretty quickly here.
See,
Mushi
OD
cleared out
actually
the
got
creep.
refresher.
Yeah, double Hex, double Shivas,
Double everything.
ultimate, double trouble for
double
EG.
Midas.
Yeah, double minus, the most important.
There we go, Rex falls.
That's what
Gonna
you
go for bottom. 30 seconds still. Double Ravage still up. If they go close, they're gonna just get ravaged.
There's not much EG can do. They're still waiting for the Wind Ranger to come up, and then they know they don't have enough damage to actually focus out one hero. They can have all Chronospheres and Black Holes in the world, but they don't deal enough damage in that time. And Tidehunter is behind. There's also the Lich behind to fight. Oh, DK is going back. I'm not sure if they want to go straight to Roshan.
Straight to Rosh.
I'm not sure if it's
Straight,
up.
straight to yeah, it's up. You see the white dot there.
The items are just
My
piling
eyes
up
aren't
as
that
well.
good that I can.
My eyes are worse, man.
Well, you sit more in front.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
like a good
I'm
2-3
doing this.
feet forward.
Doing this, man. Doing this, man.
It's not a very relaxing posture, though.
Oh, yeah, I know, but you know, you gotta see things to learn. To learn about life.
The sacrifices.
The sacrifices.
This Roche is gonna melt. DK will take it. I believe there's a... Is that the third one? Yeah, Cheese there as well. And Birding's now got 4.3k, so he's got his MKB
Oh,
to
see,
deal with the
EG
win
is
rate.
still pushing on. They actually wanna they wanna find the fight.
They want to find maybe
They
some.
really want to find it. They're going to find Birding.
It's
He's
gonna be
this is
Astro. Very
wasted-
nice.
wasted
Very
chrono.
mushy.
This is not going to work. They go for Mushi instead, but triple BKBs
Triple
might allow them to
BKB.
secure it. Tidehunter leaps in. He's got a Ravage ready. He hasn't popped it yet. And Burning just
Burning.
can't do anything. He
Cheese.
pops the cheese. He's got to run. Is this going to be a good enough fight for EG? There's still a Tidehunter waiting in the wings. He can come
Lion
back
is
in.
dead.
And then Y will fall.
Lion is dead for a long while.
And they're still going. The hammer dropped
Oh,
on three. The
whoa.
dual hammer from Mushi. Give him a double kill. Hoshiba's in. He wants side as well. He's going to find him.
Ravage.
There's your Ravage. Triple kill. 4
And the
dead.
Razor.
And GG. EG now trail 2-1 in the best of 5.
Wow, that is really Mushi dropping the hammer. That is pretty
DK's
much-
ability, the reinitiation was so well done by DK.
The Mushi OD is a
It's like
fearsome
Burning
beast.
went down, like he walked down and like EG didn't really know what to do. Killed the Lion, then tried to chase the Lycan Hawfest. They know you can't catch up to Lycan, there's no way. And I was thinking like why DK didn't reinitiate right away, but they did the smart choice. They waited like 5-10 more seconds to set up all their heroes to be ready. And Mushi saw the perfect chance for the double ult. He didn't even hesitate, he just went double ulti right away. It was very well done by him.
He didn't even wait for the Ice Ravage. Just
Yeah,
like,
he just was like,
He
I'm
did it
going in,
instantly.
guys. I'm going in.
All BKBs down. Just use one hex, double ulti.
So with
very
this
crazy.
with this win,
Go away, man.
that's a little too close.
This
to
is
the
too
first
little close, man. Funny guy.
one. We've got a 71 here, bumming a cigarette.
Oh!
We got a
Oh!
Classic Chinese, man.
Classic Chinese.
They always annoy me.
Alright, so what do you think about the game?
What do you guys think? Game 4's coming up. DK have 2 chances here to take the series, and
Well, I think that I'm glad that RTZ killed the Lycan. I am glad.
We have to give it to Arteezy. He made the game for
Yeah.
EG so much.
imagine if he didn't have a good start.
If-
DK still
Like
take
we
that.
saw the potential of DK's lineup. We see what Lycan nowadays does. He's so strong. Even ideas like let's get Faceless Void and Enigma, let's deal with a Midnight Pulse. It's very good ideas EG's pulling off. It's actually, I feel, one of the best ideas I've seen. The idea of Enigma first pick right away, don't even care whatever's there. But it's not enough. I mean, Lycan, he will come back into the game. His farming speed is very fast, and I mean, if Arteezy wouldn't have killed him, DK would have had easy game probably.
And
So
probably
have we come full circle to you just have to ban Dire Lycan?
Unless somebody comes up with an idea, then like
which
right
is
now,
better than, you know,
Any
Enigma
ideas
Void.
you wanna share with?
no,
with
honestly,
EG?
we don't have any real ideas to counter Lycan right now. We don't. We are every team is searching the same way EG is searching. Playing grand finals against DK is the best experience they can get. They're pulling off this idea. The Faceless Void offlane worked out for them very nicely a lot of times.
Yeah.
But now you see how it's punishable. By ultra late game, DK just chilled out. This Lycan didn't go necro. He just went hard. To rest. He knew the game will go on. I'll chill, get my heart, get my Kuras. I'm just gonna be tanky guy in the team. Plus he knew, and everyone of Team DK knew, when our guy Mushi, they all believe in Mushi. When our guy Mushi he will get his items. He will do his stuff with OD. We saw what happened. He just
Dropping the hammer.
pulverized them. Dropped the hammer.
Had a nice idea against Void also. But yeah, if Arteezy wouldn't have killed the Lycan, I think the game would have been 0-0 and would have been a little bit too
It
maybe
would have been a lot more one-sided for DK. It seems.
one-sided and not that fun to watch. So, but
Like,
since
I'm
that
not
kill
sure if I believe there was one time when I thought EG will push bottom lane, I think it was, but they backed off.
Oh yeah, I remember. That was
And I think I said something.
they had used Eye of the Storm, and so you were saying that's maybe why they didn't want to go without a full cooldown.
yeah,
but-
maybe.
Because
I
I
could've
felt like
gone
this
there.
was one of the last chances, because you already saw that OD gets more items, and OD, you can't underestimate his late game strength. OD's late game potential is huge.
One of the very strongest.
The ulti is alone. The ulti makes the game so hard, like for the enemy team to play against you. I mean, you can have your BKBs, but it's an instant, huge AOE ulti which deals 1k damage.
I mean, you even compare it to like somebody like Morphling Shotgun, and it's
Yeah,
like
it's
a
an-
shotgun that
it's
hits
an-
everyone.
It's the AOE shotgun potentially twice with the refresher.
Yeah.
This is the very late game potential of OD. And I felt like I think EG was too scared. Like you have to play chaotic in order to win. This is what EG also did in the other game. You have to play chaotic and you have to play aggressive. EG, they were chilling. I mean, they they could chill for 10 minutes because the game was on their way. Artesia opened up the game, but at some point you have to make decisions, and they didn't really go for it. Like, they were like chilling a bit too much.
Yeah, hopefully Fear will tell them to step up a little to the plate.
I mean, naturally, if you like play against this team DK and like you understand, like, do we really want to go to their base?
It's very dangerous.
It's like, do we really want to do this, guys? Because we we have faced this void, we have black hole, we have late game, and blah blah blah.
Let's just farm.
And let's just keep taking control of the map. But DK is a very good team. They just kept outmaneuvering. Like, they found their farm. Mushi found his farm. That was one of the main things. He kept farming. He got only caught once bottom lane, but I'm not even sure if it was a strategic way of dying because he stayed bottom and they didn't lose the top tower because of that. If they had to TP bottom and kill the OD, and I think it was the right choice of EG rather kill the OD.
Because if they maybe would have started pushing top lane,
yeah, it's like we don't know what
would have started a push, which made a push that they couldn't maybe stop in the first place.
We don't know what would have happened.
We don't know.
We can only guess. No. Well, what we do know, guys, is DK is leading 2-1 in the grand finals of the Summit, presented by Twitch, or powered by Twitch, I should say, as well as supported by 100tb.com. We will be back soon for game number 4. DK now on match point. They've got 2 chances to walk away with first place. Of course, I was joined here by Clementinator. Is that how you say your Twitter handle?
Yeah, I do say it.
You don't actually use Twitter very much.
You know,
you're not as bad as IceFrog, though. IceFrog has like 50,000 followers and has never tweeted.
Too bad.
Oh. But at Clementinator, you can follow Puppy as well as at Navi.usa. That one's easy.
I don't know. Twitter is useless.
Don't
necessarily.
Well, don't follow him then, guys. But we'll be back very soon for Game 4.
Follow him, man. Larry David.
Follow LD
Larry David.
to something.
We'll be back.